Whoa. Right, very good morning. And a financial disclaimer. Any kind of investment is a risk. The risk is investments can go up and they can also come back down with a bump. So please seek advice from somebody who is a professional. I'm not a professional. I'm just giving you information about stuff that I'm doing. Yeah. Now, we have our first like. We got 3 people in. Oh, yeah. What we're going to be talking about is investments for the future. Who have we got? We got Vivian. Good morning. Yeah, I'm a little bit late. Yeah, I'm guilty. Making a cover. Plus, there's also pulling the tree out. The tree is almost ready to be put up and have all that nice tinsel and all that stuff around it. Yeah, it's Christmas time. Now, want to tell you all this. Right. So, meme coins and ERC20 are both cryptocurrency, both of them. I have both. And SYC and PBC currently have a little nest egg. That little nest egg I'm going to add to. Yeah. Now, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get in touch with a person called Andrew Bailey. You might have heard of Andrew Bailey, but Andrew Bailey is the governor of the Bank of England. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is say to him about a swap deal. That swap deal is basically these meme coins, which are Solana backed. They're built on Solana. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to turn around and say a 5-year plan from 2025 to 2030. In a 5-year plan where I'm expecting both SYC and PBC to accumulate up to £1 sterling. If I hit that, I'm happy. I want to hit, if I'm being honest, I want to hit £10 on each. Yeah. So that's the target. Yeah. And what's going to happen is this. There's a multitude of things which are already in place, i.e. the ISO 20022, the SWIFT Bank, and the GDPR, as well as the Financial Conduct Authority Smart Scam, because everybody tries to make a fast buck, which is an American term, but it is there. So Let me just tell you something. I've got a clock on the big screen. Oh. One moment. To turn the screen back on, please press any button except the power button. Okay, that's on the big screen. And the reason why that's up on the big screen is Now TV. Watch it through the big screen for watching Newcastle United, who are playing on Wednesday night. So, yes, both liquidity pools, SYC and PBC, are at a good figure. What makes them different? I hear you asking. The difference is this. There's one of my subscribers had mentioned what normally would happen with a meme coin. And that is a meme coin would be created, and roughly a day into that meme coin being created, there would be a rug pull. So, how do you change a rug pull? Well, you put in a healthy amount of liquidity and it stays right where it is. It doesn't move, apart from increasing in the size of liquidity. Yeah. So that's where we are. Now, both of these meme coins, the SYC is for Seeking You, which should have had the www, but there's a little problem. And the little problem is it has to be deployed from GitHub, which I haven't got round to. Good morning, Heavy Metal Footy. Yes, I'm keeping well, mate. So the thing which I'm looking at this present moment in time on the 8th of December is this. I'm going to increase the SYC and the PBC until I get double what's there right now. And all the way through until next April, I'm going to do it again. And there's a reason. Now, as I said just before there, I don't know if Heavy Metal Footy caught what I was saying, but most meme coins get rug pulled within a very short time. How do you change that? You put a liquidity pool in and you say that is staying. Gives investors, i.e. people buying SYC or PBC, the confidence that the likelihood is the asset does that times that, because there's two. Okay? So that's where we are. And I wanted to change the dynamic. After all, it is 2025. And like I keep telling you, in the playlist is Our World Changed Forever on the 20th of January of 2025. And things have happened in 2025 that have never ever happened before. Example of things that have changed. I'm speaking to people on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm saying to them, here is something for the people. Yeah, it's for the people. Now, like I said to one of the subscribers, 11% of the entire United Kingdom know or are aware of cryptocurrency. That has to change. So that's what it's about, changing it to make the people better informed. Now, yes, markets go that way, but they also go that way. It is risky. But one thing I do not do at all is this. I do not do these shorts. That's where you bet against something on the market. I don't do it. If I'm going to acquire something within a market like Solana, I buy it because I think at a future date, 2030, it'll be higher. That's it. There is no other reason. It's just that's it. So now with Seeking Ucoin, it is a new form of social media where you can do your own stream, and several people here today in chat. Yeah. Patrick, good morning. Several people here. Yeah. You can all of you can do the same thing. You know, like I was saying to Patrick the other day, who's in chat, what I've done is nothing really special. No. I'm just an ordinary person. There is not a Rolls Royce outside. There's not even a Lamborghini. Right? So, just like you. Now, we got Dan in. Morning. Dan is asking, have you sorted out the age verification on your adult content site? Well, Dan, here's the thing for you. Okay. Adults don't need age verification. I don't need to show my driving license to prove that I'm 58 years old. I've got white hair. Yeah. Now, what I want to say to you all is this. I've got a couple of big bills coming. Yeah. And amongst those bills is a big one for Lovable. Yeah. And there is things I need to sort out behind the scenes. Some people turn around and saying there's a car crash and there's wreck and everything on Seeking You. Well, time to put that to bed. Yeah. Now, my hope is this. We are going to switch at some point. We're going to switch from having GBP pound sterling on Seeking You to just SYC. That is going to be coming in April of next year. Yeah. So that's to come. And that will be paying for any advertisements, any advertisements by businesses, restaurants, that sort of thing within Nottingham. Geordie Nation sorts out Newcastle. Yeah. Now, what we got? That's incorrect. UK law states that if you are... Listen, Dan, listen. Climb down off your high horse, mate. Yeah. This is a startup where I've instigated something for the people, right? And at the moment, do you see the board members standing behind me? Do you see them? Because if you can't see them, you got better eyes than me. Yeah. Now, what I have done is put the roadmap for GDPR, for multiple security. Yeah. And do you want to know something? Yeah. And this is just a Dan. Adult content. Well, everybody who should be on Seeking You should be an adult. It wasn't built for children. It was built for adults. Do you know why it was built for adults? Have you got any idea? Well, here we go. 1 second. There is a rule. It's a UK based rule. And that is this. You cannot buy as a child cryptocurrency. Right? You can't buy it. Why? Because it is for over 18s only. And the reason I speak about this is this. Yeah. I never ever designed Seeking You for little ones. I designed it for all of the businesses in a city centre, whether they be shoe shop, a coat shop like clothing, yeah, a restaurant, a bar, or a business within the city centre. Now, that does not include, it never did, pardon me, a place where a person can take their little ones and have a wheel of a time. Yeah, it's just for business. Business is adults. Now, when Dan says about the adult content, yes, well, if there's adult content there, it will go straight in the bin. Yeah, straight in the bin. You see, the vision is crystal clear. Crystal. So, what we got? Patrick is saying, Paul, can you explain how your coins will make money instead of deflect? Well, basically, what it's like is this. The ecosystem. If you go and, let's say, I do 2 hours of a stream on Seeking You. All of those people who come into that stream, just like TikTok, yeah, will be gifting various different things. Each one of those has a value. That value is in Solana. Okay? Now, over 2 hours, yeah, of doing whatever, whether I'm talking about Newcastle United, whether I'm playing music and singing, yeah. Those people who like the Pete, Corvo, Daz, The Voice, etc., who do moderating jobs, after that 2 hours is finished, whatever has been made during the stream, the prizes, the gifts, get shared between the mods. Equal share for a job well done. And it's in Solana. Now, the hope is this: when we burn coins, you use a coin, yeah? You burn that coin. You make sure that there is a receipt at the end of the day, and that means that when a person has done a gift, they've burned their coin by gifting to whoever, right? And the billion tokens comes down, 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 down. Yeah. When it gets to the magic billion tokens, V2 kicks in. And the same again. And what it does is it takes the price per coin along. That's all it does. It takes it along from where it was to another figure which is closer to the decimal point. Yeah? Right, what we got? That content has been up for a month. And Dan is saying, wait, so if it goes straight in the bin, why was... Listen, Dan. Not everybody, not everyone. Some won't do, as you say, porn stuff. But we're not all the same. Everybody that's in chat at the moment, there's 8 people on my screen. Not everybody will, oh, quick, I've got to rush to see this. Now, it may be that while I've been away, the mice have played. It's an old saying, yeah? But it was never set out like that. So we're going to stick to the vision. Do you understand? Right, what else we got? I miss your songs, says Vivian. Songs, well, they're going to come back. Yeah? And my hope is this, that some point between now and 2030, at some point, I might come up to the stack next to St. James's Park, and some point they may turn around and say, do you want to do a couple of songs? So I'll do a couple of songs for you. Yeah? My aim at some point would be to do exactly what Sam Fender did, i.e. play at St. James's Park. What else we got? I have I have the ability. I've got the master key, Dan. That's what the owner gets, the master key. And I have the power to tell AI, managers, agents, scrub. Now, here's a thing for you, right? And this is another thing which I wanted. And it's this: no VPN. You got one of them? Disable it. Otherwise, you can't get in. Do you know why? Because there's a lot of bad people in the world. I've had friends in different parts of the United Kingdom on TikTok, Bush, account gone. Why? Because somebody turned around and said, oh, Sir did this and Sir did that. So that's what the AI is there for. Keep you safe. Look, what I'm going to do is, once I have paid this money to Lovable, because we're upgrading, slowly and surely we're upgrading, we're spending more money there. We're spending more money in other places, like what I was doing last night, UBBC. Yeah? So it's the hardest part of everything. There's no team. That's the hardest part. So, yeah. Yeah, boy. What else we got? Vivian is saying putting rude stuff on CNU is a mean trick. I'm going to say this much, right? I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. When the vision happened, the vision was said to Bolt.new. Please build me a site and call it Seeking You. Now, when I did that, it said, oh, Seeking You, Seeking You, Seeking You. Quick scroll. Oh, it's dating. And I went, no. There's loads of different, like, dating places. Loads of them. Not interested. So I scrubbed that because that's what it was saying. You couldn't do anything with it. So I scrubbed it. I learned. Which is why when I said with Lovable, it's not for, you know, like how Facebook has under and over. Yeah. I didn't want that. I just wanted adults. Now, if adults are being silly and doing silly things, they will be found. Trust me, they will be found and it will just be gone. That's it. Because I want you to be safe, man. What we got? Good morning. Dr. Gregory, I have to agree with Dan. I have been able to access with a VPN. Right, Dr. Gregory, do me a huge favor, and I'll give you a star. What I need you to do is this. When this video on a Monday afternoon goes live, put in your exact comment, what you've just said there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and paste that comment into the prompt box. And I'm going to say this. Why, first of all, why has my instruction not been adhered to? And ask Lovable. Because that was what I said. Yeah. If you have a VPN, disable it. Otherwise, you can't get in. Now, if Dr. Gregory does that, I can say to Lovable, this is what my audience is telling me. I'm really annoyed, really, that people are deciding, oh, we will stick this onto my platform. It was never designed that way. What I wanted to do was this. Years and years ago, I'm going back years ago, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook and his few friends, they wanted to do something and they were smart. However, there was a guy called Gary who didn't like what they were about to do. They wanted to bring out a currency internal. Yeah. And Gary didn't like that idea, so he stamped his feet hard. They still went ahead. He stamped his feet harder still. They crushed him. They crushed Mark Zuckerberg's dream. Do you know why? He's American. I'm not. I'm a Geordie. So, here in the United Kingdom, anything to do with cryptocurrency is your private property. Web3, which, seeking you, People's Bus coin is for the people, using the smartness of artificial intelligence. What we got here? Heavy Metal Footy. Paul, are you not worried the Lovable platform is heavily abused? Look at it this way, right? People go on about, and they've done this for donkeys and donkeys' years. Oh, cryptocurrency is for criminals. Absolute BS. Absolute. Do you know why? More deals are done in the dollar than any other currency on the face of planet Earth. Dollars. Yeah. Now, I don't know. I'm not American. I don't know if the American dollar, $100 or whatever it is plastic like ours or paper. I haven't got a clue. But I'm guessing it can be forged. Right, what else we got? Does the site provide protection against scams? It should. It should. Which is why, like I said, once I have paid a bill, it's roughly about 40 quid, yeah, because I'm upgrading bandwidth, etc. Once that's done, I want clean, safe place. Am I asking too much? No. I'm not talking about currency. I mean the long-term stability of the site. Well, look at it this way, right? Lovable and Replit and others, there's not just them. They have to show, they have to show people, investors, yeah. Now, what I'm hoping for is between today and 2030 is both SYC start bringing in people, bringing in an income, and the hope is by the time April next year, I can turn around and go, right, and end the time and walk down a new road with Seeking You and with the People's Bus. If that happens, then that's a bonus. Now, on a positive, the People's Bus, there was an article I shared yesterday on Facebook. The article said the government is going to plough 157 million into transport in East Midlands. And because of that, that's a nice slice of money. But what I'm looking for with that, the People's Bus, is 500 million. 500 million buys all of the buses from the Enviro 100, the Yutong, what's the other one? I looked at 5 different sets of vehicles. So it buys all of them. And the fare that people will pay is PBC on their phones. So yeah, that's where we are right at this moment. And we also need space to put a depot. Now, having spoken to a lot of drivers over many weeks and months and passengers, there's a need. So it may be that I just have one and somebody else runs SYC. So who knows? It just depends. I'm sure the government have a better idea of what is needed. Really? You see, the thing is this. When any government gets into power, you've got to put stuff down. Stuff down which is going to work. And the people I've spoken to are excited. That's a bonus. And that's where we are. It's a case of now finding out. East Denton Hardware, thank you for sending in your CV. Wasn't from me. Somebody is winding you up. Sadly, we're going to have to pass this time. Again, be straight with people, man. Yeah? Be straight with people. Don't try and blow smoke up people's backsides. Just be straight. Yeah? Well, Corvo, that couldn't even be possible. Because I haven't even said anything to the job centre. So, yeah. Somebody has tried to do a little, they've tried to do this. Yeah, we'll stir the pot, stir it. Doesn't work, man. Really, doesn't work. I could plough a Christmas, was it? Love a Christmas song about Newcastle. Consider that done, Vivian. Consider it done. I haven't, Patrick saying, you haven't sent your CV to the job centre? Why, no, man. Do you know, I'm going to be totally and utterly honest. It's the best way to be, isn't it? There was a few back 2000, that era, having to write a CV out in the 2000s. But honestly, oh yeah, nephew turned round and says, oh, I'll do you a CV. And I went, what's that? What is it? You see, this is how I've done the jobs in my life. Somebody's turned around and says, oh, such and such are hiring. Okay, how much is the wage? And then I've gone and knocked on the door. I believe you are hiring. And that's how I've done things all my life. So, yeah, strange, but gospel truth. Yeah. I mean, when I went to the bus company, it was a case of walked in there and says, is there any vacancies? Yeah. Fill this in. And what do you want to do? Quick little conversation. Got the paperwork. No, because there was a seat just behind us. No. There you go. Job done. And the only problem was this. My maths my maths is, I would say my maths is in the bin, but it's actually 17,000 feet below the bin. Why? I'll tell you. I'm going to be straight with you as well. As a kid, I'd be in a home with, like, they called them back then, they called them foster parents. Yeah. I'd be there and then just getting to know people, and then go pluck, bush. Now, each time they've done that, you learn something different at school. The only problem was this: some schools use calculators, some schools use pens, some used pencils. But that's why my maths is down there somewhere. Simple. Have the job centre not made you make a CV? No. I wouldn't. It's called a curriculum vital. Have I got that right? But no. Why have you not tried doing this in the past 8 years? Well, I used to be a full-time carer, and that was a mission. My boy, poor my boy, if you actually wanted to work, you would have a job by now. When people say try to get a job, that means minimal effort. Really? I mean, honestly, really. Do you want to know something, right? I was telling you the other day about going back to coding. People took the wrong end of the stick. What I was coding, the plan of the code, is one simple thing: Solidity. It's not JavaScript. It's not Python. It's not CSS. Tailwind. Do you catch the drift? It is solidity. That's it. Do you know why? Because 10 products, 10, they are sitting, and if I open 10 products after I've finished doing 4 hours first, 4 hours is going to take a week. Yeah. So if I do 4 hours and take one of the products and say, right, there is no error in the code, then that gets deployed straight away. Then I go to the next one, and then the next one, so that eventually there will be 10 ERC20 on WX. That's it. That's the code. What else we got here? HTT, buy one, get one free on all DeWalt tools. They're pretty good tools, I hear, them DeWalt. Well done, Corvu. Well done. Do you know the thing is, though, right? When I come up to Newcastle, yeah, I'm not sure when that's going to be, but when I come up to Newcastle, there could be a live when I come up and walk into, is it East Denton Hardware, and maybe that'll drum up business for them. Maybe. Large Pond, but again, you never learned or wanted. Are you trying to like sit on my shoulder, Large Pond? Are you trying? Because no, didn't do that. You wanted to make stuff that would get your crypto going. What I see is this. Okay. The idea, and then break the idea into components. Yeah. Now, that's one of the key things why the price rises, because what you start with to where we are now, that's why the price has gone up. Otherwise, it would be the same, $25 per month. But, yeah. Now, one of the things is this. Between now, on the 8th, and next April, is to increase the liquidity on both of them, and then add some liquidity to Mr. G, Mr. _G, and then you can choose which one will be the coin for here. It's up to you, not me. Bongo, are you selling crypto? If you go on to Coinbook Fun, that's where it is. Patrick, this is the same stuff. Oh, hold on a second. Patrick, this is the same stuff you were saying about 32K TV. Guess what, Patrick? 32K TV was written in Solidity. Now, when I do the 4 hours and I get enough information from the 4 hours to pass, pull it into the IDE, pull it into there and check each thing so there's no vulnerability. Once it passes, it's deployed. Once it's deployed, Patrick, you can only use an ERC20 for one purpose. You can't buy a house. You can't buy a car. It's only for business purposes. That's it. Right, what else we got? Just keep making broken promises. Do you know, you cannot please everybody, can you? Yeah, you can't. If you could please everybody, well, that would be something new, wouldn't it? What's an ERC20? Asks Corvo. It is a smart contract that is used to build whatever you set in the instructions. And it is, once it has been verified, it goes on to exchanges like these following exchanges: WX, BitGet, Kraken, Coinbase, Binance, and once it goes on to those places, you can buy and sell. Simple. Mark, I hope you're good, mate. 32, this is Patrick again. 32 website says it will provide jobs in 2023. Sometimes, Patrick, things need to be developed. Do you see my team behind us? All 10 of them. Do you see them? Take your cloak of invisibility off. Because that's my whole point. What else we got? So, honestly, you just... There's an old saying. Damned old saying. You can drag a horse to water. You can't make it drink the water. It's going to want to drink it. Now, that is what it is. Whether you like it or whether you don't, it's still the same. And this is why it takes time. I can, like, this. Who remembers the film? Is it Multiplicity, where a person decides, well, I'm going to have another one of me there, another one of me there, and then all of a sudden go pop, 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 and explode everywhere to do jobs he hated to do. Dan is saying, you have all these businesses and have been talking about them for years. You have no credibility and nothing of any value to show. Get a job. Stop this madness. Oh. Really? Corvo is asking, have I set up Company's House? No, not yet. I have... there's a few of them. And it's £13 or thereabouts to register. But it is on the cards. Yeah, it is on the cards. Oh. Do you know something? I will get that hair out my eye. What you got to look at is this. People turned round and said, this year, they went, there's going to be no games. And yet, I'm looking at 3 demos. They said, this would never work, Seeking You, and somebody just mentioned earlier about adult content being on there. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of things to fix. Yeah. And they will be fixed. Patrick is saying here, they were correct. Paul, you have no games. No, but I have demonstration. I have that. Doesn't look outstanding. No, but it's still there. Vivian is absolutely 100% correct. It takes a lady to, to say these stuff to you. I'm assuming. But yeah, it's 100% correct. You can have as many ideas as you want. It only takes one. Now, years and years ago, that should have been 32K. That should have been a factory in the northeast of England, a factory in Rushcliffe. And then Patrick and everybody else, Dan, Bert, and all the rest of these other people, yeah. If a big building standing right in front of you, then that makes your comment obsolete. But we're not there yet. Colin from Bath. What was the factory powered by? Solar farm. Lodge Pond is saying, how were ever planning on making when you have zero knowledge? You don't have to have knowledge, man. You don't have to have knowledge. You have to have the question. The question is, how can you make what you're seeing on TV better? That's it. Equal temper. We've had this discussion before, so I'm not even going to get into your discussion. You need to have the technology. You build it. You build it, man. Right. Here's the thing. We'll see in 2026. We'll see SYC double in size. We'll see the People's Bus coin double in size. And we'll see where we are. And in the meantime, I'll do the 4 hours of code, show you it. Then I'll do the 30 hours of code and show you that at the end of January. Then criticize, poke fun, poke us with a stick, do all that. Because I'll not be bothered. Anyway, thank you all. 16 people here, 3 likes. That's incredible. So enjoy the rest of your wonderful Monday, wherever you may be. By the way, back on Twitter, where this video and the last video will be posted to. So, again, thank you all. Yes, Colin, 7 p.m. See you all there. And try and be good.